the beginning, I was looking at real estate in this building. It's for sale on Craigslist. I talked to him and I was like, oh geez, like this is incredible, but it's got an open kitchen. Like, what am I gonna do with that? And so I start talking to my sister and she's like, oh, well, you know, that kitchen, it'd be sad to get rid of all that equipment. You should talk with Carlos.
I talked to Lane. I remember that she told me, hey, yes, we talked a little. She was extremely excited because she found Corky's. And she was like, Corky's meeting Clavel. And she was like, you gotta come and see the place. Like, I'm sitting here. I'm gonna convince the guy. I promise you.
And I thought, oh wow, what, he just had a baby? He had like a 3-month-old at the time. I'm like, I don't know if him and his wife are gonna move to Baltimore and take this huge leap when they've never done it. But I talked to him and he did. There's an apartment above Clavel and they moved up there. The first year of Clavel, they lived up there with his baby.
And I talked to my wife, Claudia, like, okay, this is an opportunity. I took my 401k out and I invested into Clavel.
They did it. But that's how Clavel was born. It was just this combination of, now all of a sudden we have Carlos who's bringing Sinaloan food. We have my passion for mezcal and they're coming together and a restaurant is born. I always tell my staff the most important people in the building are not the guests, it's you. I say it's you and you and you and you. These businesses are all about the people that work in them, or they would not exist. And I can't tell you like the amount of passion and effort and just focus that every single person that works at all my businesses puts into their job. It's immense, and they're nothing without those people. I mean, you come into Clavel, food is great, drinks are great, ambiance great, but the people are what make you come back every time. Feeling taken care of, feeling a feeling of harmony amongst people. It's the energy of the people. And it's even like if you go into a full room, you want the energy of the room, you want the energy of the people. We have that with our staff, and that is number one.
People come to Clavel and they talk about the service that we have. But it's also empowerment, empowering our employees, our team, okay? Empowering that with a trust, with a relation. Like going and walking my stores for over an hour saying hi to everybody. I do the same thing here. I say hi to everybody. I want to know every of my service. I want to know every of my bartenders, my kitchen. I want to know that I'm there when they have a struggle. You know, so you have to have a relation because that's your team. I spent 40 plus hours on that building. So how can you have a relationship with them and not be a leader and have the same relation that I have with my friends when I spend so much time with them?
You can't set it and forget it with the service industry. It is a constant performance. It's a performance every single day. The curtain goes up and you're on. And you are taking care of people. You're dealing with energy of people. And like it's nonstop. So I didn't go into this business thinking like, oh, like I'm just gonna set it up and then it'll be good. Let them do their thing. Like there's no way. So pivoting is natural. It's not something that exhausts me. And it, like, work is exhausting. I have a 9-month baby at home. That's exhausting, but it's a choice. I know that the work is there and it's nonstop, and I accept that. I accept that there's a nonstop evolution, that there will always be problems to solve, and that is part of my life, and I accept that. So it allows me to remain calm, to sort of, you know, so that I can see what the right path is, what the right thing to do is in really difficult situations. Because the issues aren't always, oh, there's no wine key. Sometimes the issue is there's a pandemic. No one's going to come to work tomorrow. I don't know if you'll have a restaurant a week from now. I don't know if we'll ever be back to normal. Sometimes that happens, right? And when that happened, we closed for one day. And the next day we were a whole new business. And we were on the line. It was just me, Carlos, my husband, and just a couple people that were feeling brave enough to keep working. And we were running burritos to cars to a line totally around the block of cars without even any online ordering website, because we were doing what we needed to do to continue to pay our people.
I never doubted the Clavel was gonna fail because who we are, like, and how passionate we are, how quick we react to issues because of the trust that we have with each other in business. But that allows us to being fast thinkers and decision makers, which is very important. It came with a lot of trouble. We're talking about 12 hours of just litigation and just talking and tears, screams, and everything you can name it, okay? But we came to the best solution that it was for all of us. It's like continue to be the establishment that is not only a restaurant, but is supporting the community. You know what I'm saying? Supporting our staff, supporting whoever Hopkins was helping too, making burritos for them. It's just being there and not giving up. I mean, we all have challenges. The challenges that you have with yourself, you have to have it on the business, and you see them as one. If you own a business, it's your issue. Every issue is your issue. So we have to be reliable for my team members. How can I be a good leader and abandon the ship at the first sign of water in the ship? No. So my responsibility was to establish a plan and make sure the plan works.
Closed for one day. I said, this is a disaster. We were about to have a payroll hit. We didn't know if money was going to continually be in the account to refill it because we have a massive payroll. And we were freaking out. And the whole, all I could see clearly and think about was, how do we take care of our people? Half our staff has families and they're full time. I mean, more than half are full time, actually. The weight of it is immense. How do we continue to pay our people who are at home and can't work? What do we do? So we the next day we were selling burritos. I got on the social media and I was like, this is what we're doing. Please come and order. People were tipping like crazy. We were taking all the money, pooling all the tips, and we were sending it to people on Venmo. We were driving it to people's houses that didn't have Venmo. Every week we were paying people the tips from our hustle of selling burritos and quarts of margaritas. And it was a complete messy, chaotic situation. And it was so hard because you don't know if it's, you're basically emptying the account. You don't know if there's a tomorrow. We were doing it and we kept everybody paid. And so many things changed in the pandemic that have not ever gone back. And that's for the best. Things changed for the better. It was like, in a way, this great equalizer happened. All of a sudden we look around and, now say that we're doing carry out and we have an online website now, and some people have crept back and we're wearing masks, and maybe we have a team of 10 or 12 and slowly we're becoming more of a carry out machine. We're still paying everyone at home. We're still paying them. And it was like, how do we do it? We started doing an auto gratuity of 20% on every carry out check, which was sort of unheard of. Like, you didn't tip. I mean, I tipped on carry out because I just tip everyone, I understand. But not everyone did, and I didn't expect people to tip on carry out. But we did an auto gratuity so we could keep paying the people at home. And people understood that. When we communicated it to the general public, no one complained. Everyone understood, and people were extremely supportive. And it was just this beautiful moment where everyone was making the same hourly. It was just as many tips as we could get, divided by the entire staff, sending it home, tipping the people that were at work. And it was sort of like everyone was making just this like base wage. That whole philosophy of the dishwasher is now making the same as the bartender never stopped. To this day, we implement that. And now at night, it was like, this is a no-brainer. What's the hardest job in the restaurant? It's the dishwasher. They work like they're an octopus with a million arms. They're sweating. They're in the most just messy situations, and they're just killing it, especially at Clavel, where people basically order like tapas style. Like, you don't really come to Clavel and put your whole order in. It's sort of like, oh, I'll pick at this. I'll have this. Let's share this. It's a family restaurant. You share everything and you pass plates. You order a drink and then you order, like, you just keep, it's just lots of plates on the table. That's a lot for a dishwasher. And in the end, we said, this is fair. This is how it should be. The dishwasher should make the same hourly as the bartender, as the server, and so we put all these things in place post-pandemic in order to make it a more level playing field. And that's just part of how we are as a restaurant now. And it's a good thing. It's a good thing. A few years after Clavel had been opened, we opened another place. We opened a beer garden and wine bar with a natural wine shop, and 2 blocks of the street. So we kept it on the same street. You can still walk. But we expanded there, and then we also opened a cocktail bar in Mount Vernon. So we now are working with 5 different concepts. And over time, it didn't all happen at once. It was all very organic. And what I mean by that is that when I get the sense that one of the businesses is on its feet, it's functioning well, and it has good management, then I can feel confident to start dreaming and building something else. Management is incredibly important. The people that are leading the teams are incredibly important. They are my extension to everyone that works here. Maybe people that I don't meet with day to day. As the business grows and gets bigger and bigger, I have to be in touch with management on a daily basis, because every little detail, things that, oh, this thing is broken, or this is frustrating for the bartenders because they're reaching over here and it's taking time, or they're always running out of this. Like, all these things matter so much. Though anything I can do to speed the process along of fixing a thing or providing a thing, filling a gap, I'm going to do. And so it's constant communication through the managers, because of course I can't speak to 75 people every single day. But it's the manager's job to be on the floor, to be my eyes and ears, and to know like what is working smooth and what is not working smooth, and then to communicate it so that we can get the thing that's not working well changed as soon as possible. And it's every day. And also, these buildings are old. My husband's in walking the buildings every single day. There's always something dripping or breaking, or a chair that's creaky or thing. Like, it's not just the people, it's also maintaining the building. It's also looking into the future and saying, where's our next menu heading? Where are we on the calendar year? What events are we going to do? What fundraisers are we going to do? What charities are we going to support? What are we doing in our community? It's looking at the big picture. So I do suffer details. Like I said previously, like I do love details, but also I have to look at big picture things and steer the ship in that way. And I do it through communication and having the managers in a really tight knit group with me. So, because I can't be managing the floor at each place every single night. So every morning I wake up and I get the closing notes from every single team. So I know everything that happened in the night, everything that worked, that didn't, something we ran out of, a guest complaint, or something that a staff member said, oh, I really like this. I get all of those details every single morning, and that's how my day starts. So although I do have a full calendar where I have all my meetings and I have my flow between the businesses, whether it's me workshopping a cocktail or talking with the bar manager or the general manager or the assistant manager, or a number of meetings, tastings, and so on, every morning my agenda is almost reset by what is in the closing notes from the previous night, because all those micro details have to be handled in the moment, immediately. So sometimes it's like, we could use more wine keys. Like, so people are taking them. Okay, I go get a bunch of wine keys, drop them off. Like, so it can be small or it can be big, but it's a constant flow of communication.